Hi, my name is Arun Thomas. I am a registered nurse at Eden Hope and District Memorial Hospital, and I'm also a board director at Stone Regional Health. My story begins in India, a state called Kerala. I grew up um, within the family. I'm the youngest one. I got a sister. My parents, my mom was a housewife and my dad is a lawyer. I grew up as a very shy, average student. I didn't do well in my studies. I was just a ordinary regular student who doesn't want to participate in cultural activities or extracurricular activities. And I guess but one thing that I always hold close to my heart was my belief in my God. I was very active at church, and I have been heavily involved in various different roles in the church community. I guess when I look back from kindergarten till year 10, failed a lot of subjects, moved different schools, 2-3 different schools. But then I had this urge to go and get a foreign degree. So I have actually told my parents, well, I had got this ambition to go to Australia and get my degree. Well, I initially started that request in year 10, where I said, look, instead of sending me for year 11 and year 12, send me in Kerala, send me to Bangalore, send me to Delhi. Just give me some exposure with my language, because here you're just getting you're talking to your same people, there's no exposure here. Dad and mom was against it. They were saying, you are not mature enough, just forget about it. And I said, okay, well, how about you send me after year 12? He said, I said, okay, well, you are not very good in studies. It's a lot of money. And I said, okay, well, my dad put a proposition that, Aaron, if you achieve about 90% for year 12, I will fund the degree and I will send you to whichever university you prefer in Australia. So I did a lot of research in between the time, gone to different libraries and get the cutouts of different university and all. And I always thinking about, this is where I want to go. I want to earn this degree and all. And year 11, just an ordinary year. Dad was super happy because, I don't need to spend any money because he's not doing very well with his studies. Year 12 came. He didn't see much of me actually doing a lot of studies, but towards the end of the public exam, I would just put my head in and just focused on it. I actually got 96% in year 12 exam, and that was very surprising for the teachers at the school. And they are telling the principal, just check it again, check the results again. There were some very good support from my teachers, but few of them were not believing in me and the ability. And I still remember, holding that exam results and actually going to my dad and saying, it's say, you know, when people believe in you, you can go, you can go in heights, and what I realized is that you only need few people to believe in you to reach heights. And I was very grateful to my dad. Dad was super proud and happy, and my mom. It's because it's never heard of, because this guy is a 55 to 60% average grade mark person who just got 5 and plus in a grade and 96% of mark in year 12. And that's when I realized in myself, well, I'm good in something else too. Not good in just church activities, I'm good in academics too. Well, I can take this as an example and move forward. And my dad said, okay, Arun, let's gather together and just let me know what you want to, where you want to go. And Dad, I said, this is where I want to go. I choose University of South Australia in Adelaide. Then people ask me why you didn't choose Melbourne, why you didn't choose Sydney. And I might be, at that time I read a lot of articles about different cities, and Adelaide was a booming city. It's still less population, but still get around. It's very similar to where bigger town they are. And I thought, this is a great opportunity. This will be, you get plenty of opportunity to thrive and grow. So I decided this is where I want to go. University of South Australia, very young university, history of only 25 years, and decided to commence my Bachelor of Commerce degree initially. So 2008, I came here to do Bachelor of Commerce in Accounting. And so came here, it's all self-learning. There's no teacher, there's, no one is giving you, you have to find and learn. This was completely out of my comfortable zone, and I guess coming here, very limited English. If I want to speak to someone, what I do is I actually write a conversation in the paper, assuming they will ask the question to me. So if you ask me good morning, I say good morning to you. How are you? I'm fine. So all this conversation, I write it and sometimes read it, sometimes through the phone, or sometimes just having that conversation. Conversation has been very difficult. Communication has been a big struggle for me. What I always did is that I never give up. The thing is that, well, I don't know this skill, but I want to learn this skill. The only way to learn this skill is actually talking to people through gestures, through your broken English. So talking to people. So going through the degree of 3 years, which is very expensive degree at the time. It was $55,000 for the whole degree. And the first year went through, I didn't fail in the subject. But on the second year, I lost the passion for commerce. I feel like I'm not destined for sitting behind a desk and actually working as an accountant in the future. The whole mind was, the church activities that I've been involving with people, everything is coming to my mind. Here what I'm doing, going to uni, coming back, resting, going back to uni again. It's no job to find at that time. Struggled a lot with, I remember $1,000 my dad sent me along with it. And my first semester fees is being paid by dad. And I came here, parents always ask, did you find a part-time job? When will you get your PR? This is the first question, even before you land the parents thinking behind it. You can only tell your parents to an extent about what's the possibility here, what's the reality in this country. Anyway, I never lose my hope finding a job, so I actually looked for a job. I still remember my first job as a cleaner, working in a pub, at a nightclub, as a bearer, and gone through a lot of hardship during that time, because what do you think is that, well, you live in a very comfortable lifestyle at home, looked after by your parents. Now you are here in a different country, a different culture, to meet your needs. I worked probably 12 different jobs, as a food picker, as a cleaner, as a the hospitality field, and all I think is the pride that I have whichever job I work, and never shy away saying that I am a cleaner, I'm a helper at the hotel. Proud of what I do, and I have got a very high regards to Australian people, where they don't have this high level and low level job. Everyone is there for a purpose. So I like that concept, and worked through it, and worked various jobs. But what happened year 2 of Bachelor of Commerce is that I wasn't focusing enough in my studies, and I've been failing a lot of subjects. So I decided that this is not for me. This is not for me, and I'm not going to meet connect the dots. I'm struggling. So I decided to drop out from the commerce degree. I called my parents and said, no, I can't do this. What usually people do is that when the people give up, they tend, okay, Dad, I'm coming home. This is not for me. I made a mistake. But what I did is that I told my parents that this is the reality. I can't make this happen. I won't be able to pass. I'm struggling. A lot of fees that you have to pay for the failed exams. So what I did is contacted my parents. Parents were happy, not happy. That's hard-earned money that's gone there. So that's not right morally, and it's not right for me. At the time, I it's an 18, 20-year-old. Probably didn't get the whole concept of it, but I said, no, this is not right. I can't do this. My dad and mom said, Aaron, no, you have to finish it. And I said, I need some help. I need some help. And what happened was, this is very difficult for me. So, dad and mom said, you're on. Dad and mom, it's on me. I can't. We won't be able to help you. I need some money. Just need to get going with some other studies, and no way help. And they were very rigid. Couldn't come into terms, and they were very specific that they won't be helping you when you are your own. Even they said you're dead to me. So a lot of emotions going through with everyone, and I was not happy. If parents are saying that, why bother? So that's when I come back. So I attended my sister's wedding. So I went back 2010, and this all happened after. But before that, the first time I'm going to India, we spent a lot of saved a lot of money through my part-time job and everything, and went to my sister's wedding. When the first time when Australian comes, you spend money with your family, friends, you share it with them. I was all very happy time and all. And I came back, I had $500 altogether in my hand, hoping that I will be going back to work on the next week. I went for a month and find out that the place where I was living, my friends has got jobs in the state and they moved on, so they put all my stuff at my friend's place. Then I got all these postal letters saying the place that I was working, aged care, they sold it. So they made all the employees redundant. So I had no job. Only thing that I got is my 93 Nissan Panza. Put all my stuff in my car. And when I came in, then realized this, and I actually told my parents, the situation is worse. I won't be able to continue my studies. I didn't get help. My parents were in the same level that they can't help. And that's when I by my own. I have all I got is the $500 in all this stuff. I try. I mean, you need control. You can't just waste money. You have to be practically thinking all this stuff. I remember going to Caltex petrol pump and actually putting, parking my car, and this, when it comes very regular, over 3-4 days, this guy from the Caltex petrol pump asked me, I've been looking, been watching, why are you here and all. I said, this is the reality. He said, that's fine, you can stay. You make sure if there is any help you need. And I remember all my going back to university because I'm still a student. So I parked my car 1-2 kilometers away, free parking, and come back to uni in the morning, early morning, have a shower, brush teeth, uni, and then do some studies, try to do some studies, and then go back to the car. It's coming June, July, I wash my clothes. So I wash my clothes. So how I do it? Said, well, mate, the washing machine is working. I need to quickly wash and iron my clothes. So I went to 1 or 2 or 3 different persons' home and just said I've been then over three months. This is kind of just eating bread and jam. That's the because you get for $1 enough of bread, $2 for the jam, and it's just difficult, very very hard time. And I have to be honest here. I at the time, the main people that you rely on is your parents. They are not there to support. They don't even don't want to know where I'm from, where I am. So that actually, I didn't talk to my parents for 5 years. They didn't even pay that contact to me too. So it was very this is the communication gap that we are talking about, and don't want to know anything about it. But what I did is that when my parents said, "No, you did to me, disown me, you disown you, don't want to know anything about it." What I did is I told my friends that my parents had done. So that was how, I guess at the time, how stupid and how harsh my mentality of not, well, if they are, I can be double, like then, if they can be rigid, I can be double rigid about how I conduct myself. Like I said, and I am struggling. So my friends, great friends, actually just supported me emotionally, and that's what I was lacking. I wanted that because emotional support is what I needed at that time, because I was going through depression. I was going through some serious depression. I was having to see whether what I'm going to do tomorrow. What do I do? I don't have any purpose at that time. Loss of hope, no support. Only support is my friends. So I said, this is the situation. So they gathered around me, supported me. The friends, the mentors, people who helped me, just supported me through that time. After 3 months, I find a job. My friends helped me to find a job. Once I got the job, I moved with a shared accommodation. And then I decided, well, I have to drop the course, so I officially dropped the course. Now it's all my own. I have to find my own way to get through this difficult time and get through to be successful and to be, to be okay going to, as an international student coming. So what I did is helping others is always my passion. To get into a nursing degree, you need to have at least some sort of science background. I only had commerce background, so if I want to go and do nursing, I need to get my basics right. So I did my diploma of enrolled nursing, enrolled into TAFE. My friends helped me to put money into for the first, and then I started working, trying to pay it off. And at this time, there is no communication with my parents. I finished this course of 1.5 years in fast did a lot of work to it, because I want to gain that 2 years that I lost. When in future, if I get a chance to tell to my parents, I just don't want to disappoint them that I would lose them. So what I did, I've completed that course, and then I think my relatives is going to call me and ask me, can you come into terms with your parents? So this is almost 5 years. They couldn't even call me and just tell me how it is. His parents should just give it away, or is I'm younger, 20 years younger than them. Why that sort of mind game? Anyway, I did make the first call in the car after coming back from work. Made a mistake and said, "Dad, this is Aaron," and we both tried for 15-20 minutes. And we just talked about the stories that I gone through every day. So I told my parents I'm sorry, and I let it out. We both cried, and I just told him what struggles that I went through, and I didn't get any help from my parents because they felt that they had them let me down, and I just for us, and that was a big relief for me. Just my mind has and my well-being, that was a big relief. Then what I did is I told my parents that I actually completed my diploma of enrollments. Now I want to do my bachelor of nursing, and they were super happy. They said, "We thought that you just don't do anything and just complete your visa period and come back home." And then I extended my visas, and I stayed there. That initially coming to this beautiful country was my dream, not theirs. So I had to be 100% to my own word and my own belief that I am going to stay here. So then I did a surprise visit to my parents. After 2 weeks of that conversation, they were not expecting me. And it was the beautiful time that we had. This is the saying that we come together, we cried probably for 1 hour, just cried, let it out, everything. We apologized to each other because, and now I got someone. Now I have parents, but I didn't actually tell my friends about it previously because they actually was very supportive to me. This is very difficult. You go to tell the whole stories, and I don't want to actually talk about my personal life to an extent to my friends. Then what I did is I came back and started my activities with new energy, with my blessings of my parents. I came back with great energy, with great passion, because I know there's a support network around me to help me through this. I came back and started my Bachelor of Nursing. I was very involved with my student activities. I decided to put my hands up to become Student Association President for University of South Australia, almost 35,000 students. I campaigned it, and I got elected for more than 2,000 votes for the first time, and it's the first ever international student to be in that role at the University of South Australia. That was a defining moment in my student life that helped me to influence and embrace myself with greater confidence. I was privileged to be appointed as the University Council member, and I was the youngest person at the age of 23 to be appointed to the council, which is the highest governance body. It was again very proud, grateful moment for me. Letting my parents know on each journey each success that I've been going through. And during my time as a student association president, there were 6 different campuses. I've been actively involved, making sure that enhancing the well-being of student in university. That's number one for me. Making sure that they have a purpose for the students. Making sure that they are employable. Making sure that all the students have their voice heard at the highest level at the university. So I've been a person who is representing these 35,000 students at the University Council, advocating for students' needs. Some of the proud achievements throughout my period was I was able to employ through the board. So I made 20 employment opportunity for students working in our counters, book counters, as a student service assistant. So while students studying, they are earning and also having that exposure to have a communication with other students. That was one of the aspects that's been well received from the university community. The other one was around Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. One thing that was lacking in our board was there was no representation for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander students. So what I have done is I lobbied and advocated for their voice to be heard at our board, advocated at the University Council. What we did, we put a referendum for the students to vote whether this is an inevitable position on the board or not. 95% of the students come back and said, yes, we need an Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander student representative on the board for their voice to be heard. That was a proud moment for me. Then we rebranded the organization. As a board under my leadership, we bring back the organization to a surplus financially for the first time since voluntary student unionism. Then we created a brand. It was previously called UniLife, turned into University of South Australia Student Association, USASA. What I did after all my achievements, the board actually honored me with honorary life membership. I was the first international student, first Indian to receive that prestigious honor. And also on my involvement with teaching, mentoring, and supporting students, Division of Health Science of University of South Australia actually honored me with Adjunct Clinical Associate title, which actually helps me to still connect with the university, mentoring health science students, nursing students, and international students. When I finished my term back in 2013, so I commenced my 2012 in Bachelor of Nursing, completed in 2013, and I wanted to give back to the university. Well, the university has given me plenty of opportunity to give me very good base. So I decided, I wanted to set up a scholarship for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander students, leadership scholarship. So I created that, making sure that for students who are doing very well with their studies, but also got that social commitment, social responsibility, and doing great work in the community. So when you have that mix, then we actually choose those students and support it. So it was an amount of $1,000 for 4 students every year. Been doing that since last year, and that actually that actually uh, helped me, that I am actually not only just influencing people, empowering people, not just by words, by action. Just supporting those people will actually go greater heights, because I know when I struggle, people who have supported me emotionally, financially, I know that actually played a huge role in my success. Then I started working at Royal Adelaide Hospital as a registered nurse. I did my graduate year as a year 1 registered nurse, and I thoroughly enjoyed, because I loved the interaction with the patients, helping, going through their patient journey, making sure they are getting the best quality and the care, because they deserve it. So I always think that this is a very noble profession to be in. You instantly, when you finish your work, you got a greater satisfaction, because you can tell that, well, I helped that person. I helped that person to get better with the pain relief, making sure the family is okay. It's the great enjoyment that I get from this profession. During that time, my passion for governance, because being as a board director at University of South Australia was huge for me, because I was able to tap into a lot of prestigious people within the community, and that led me to be appointed to South Australian Red Cross Advisory Board Director, helping vulnerable peoples, improving their lives, and making their voice heard. I was also at the time involved with a homelessness organization called Carrington Cottages Incorporated, which is a not-for-profit organization providing homeless people the accommodation, subsidized accommodation and all. I was appointed as the board director there as well. So what actually helped me is that the adversity and the experience that I had over the years, I was able to put that into perspective and actually help that in actually building that capability within the workforce and within the organization that I was involved with. After that, my love for nursing for regional and rural community has inspired me to move from Adelaide to Melbourne, to Victoria. So, spent from 2008 to 2016 in Adelaide, and then decided that I will move to Victoria. Where I came to Horsham, started working as a registered nurse at Wimmera Healthcare Group, where I started working as a nurse specializing in aged care department. The first gesture of recognition and love from the residents' family. And that's something that I had never experienced previously, because when you get recognized, it will be either by your employer, either by your friends. But getting a recognition from the person that you are looking after, their family, that's huge for me, because that actually put me into perspective that I am on the right path. I am here to service others. I'm here to influence and empower people. So I have been nominated as the Unsung Hero Award, Horsham Florist Unsung Hero Award, for my passion for aged care, my service for the older people, and I've been awarded that. That was something very special for me. And I guess after that, when you're getting recognized by this, you want to do more for the community, not just for gaining more recognition, but actually, well, someone is getting impacted positively by your deeds, then how I can improve in different ways. So I was very privileged to be involved with the inaugural Emerging Leadership Program put together by the Vimera Healthcare Group. There were only 12 people got selected to that program. The organization got 850 employees from different departments, and we come together, and it was a 6-month journey about emotional intelligence, about how to influence in decision making, how to be a great leader. And this has enhanced me with a lot of skills and confidence, and actually able to reach out to people. And after completing that, that unique set of skills and confidence that I have received helped me to land a different job at Eden Hope and District Memorial Hospital, initially as a registered nurse, and then become Associate Nurse Unit Manager there. I was very passionate about end-of-life care, people who are proud, towards their end of life, how to be providing that extra care, how we can respect their wishes and beliefs, how to help the family along through it. So I have heavily involved with the advanced care planning, making sure that their wishes is being recorded properly. All the multidisciplinary team were involved in the decision-making process. And I have set up a program there, and that was well received through the hospital. And my nurse unit manager, Debbie McLeish, actually put forward a nomination for me for the Victorian statewide Celebrating Aged Care Leadership Award back in 2018. And I became a finalist, and then I finally won the award. And that was an award created by Public Sector Residential Aged Care and Victorian Healthcare Association. So that was again something, I'm here for great calling to help and influence people. So I continue my work. And then I got nominated for Victorian Healthcare Association Excellence in Leadership Award. And that's very special for me, because Victorian Healthcare Association is the peak body for all the public hospitals in Victoria. And usually when you get nominated to Excellence in Leadership, people on the nominees finalists are Alfred Hospital's CEO, Peter McCallum Cancer Center CEO, and I am there along with them as a registered nurse, among with the 2 top seed experienced influential CEOs in Victoria. I was very humbled. This is very moving for me, because when people put you down, there is always, if there is a low, there is always a high. That's how I see it, because throughout my journey, there were people who would stop me from growing, who would be very jealousy about my path of going forward, who put a lot of hindrance in my way, who put a lot of words in others' mouth in a negative manner. What helped me is that I never tried to envy them at the time, because everyone has a purpose if you actually put your heads and heart to it, mind to it. doesn't matter. No one could able to stop you. You can find the destiny. I was nominated and became a finalist, and that was very. I didn't win, but Peter McCallum, the CEO, actually won the award, and there was a lot of people actually come to me and actually congratulated me at that time, because that was the first time a registered nurse actually get nominated or even become a finalist for that award. So that was very good. But in 2017, when I was working at Humera Healthcare Group, I was privileged to be appointed by the healthcare minister at the time, Jill Hensey, to Stall Regional Health Board as a board director to provide clinical governance expertise, making sure that systems and process in hospitals around healthcare safety, quality for patients are intact. If there is any gaps, providing advice, making sure that it's all in place. So that was the expertise that I was providing to the board. I was humbled to be appointed to the board for a 3-year period, and I was actually the youngest Victorian to be appointed to a board. I was age of 28 to a public hospital board director. And this, when I think about getting recognized and giving roles, leadership roles, what I want to do is that actually how I can influence in decision making process, rather than actually putting a word next to your name. Okay, that's your role. So I was continually advocating for patient safety and quality. Through that period, while I was working as a registered nurse at Even Hope and District Memorial Hospital, my mentor, the former CEO of Humera Healthcare Group, which was my previous employer, Chris Scott, who is my mentor, my coach, is just right behind me with every success, and he actually nominated me without my knowledge for 3 awards for Channel 7 Young Achiever Award, who people under the age of 30 who are doing significant contribution to their society in their choosing field. That was actually a 6-month process, 6 to 8 month process. He actually nominated me back in August last year, and became a semi-finalist in Academic Graphics Regional Achiever Award, Royal Flying Doctor Service Regional and Rural Health Achiever Award, and First National Real Estate Leadership Award. So then I find out that he has nominated me, and now you are into the next process of getting selected for this finalist, and it's an honor to be selected to the finalist for Rural and Regional Health Achiever Award, sponsored by the Royal Flying Doctor Service Victorian, and also for the First National Real Estate Leadership Award. I share with my wife, shared that moment. I still remember that. That how good is this? Because it's beyond what I thought of. Because remember, in the beginning of the interview, I said I'm a great believer in God, and when you have law, then He will find a way to make you within the community and within the sector that you are working in. And I'm very humbled by that gesture. let alone just nominating me, but also actually being a finalist in that two prestigious, award category. And on the night, I was come along with my mentor Peter Prest, who is the Chief Financial Officer for University of South Australia, and he's been there from the right beginning onwards. So I know him since 2012, and he just put his heart and mind to my success, and that's something that's powerful. He is a person who is genuinely happy about my success, and he actually taught me a philosophy that I actually hold close to my heart, is that my success is your success, which is our success. Because there is not always a single person who is winning this. It's all about the people who's been surrounded by you, genuinely making sure that they are there for your Victorian success. So I was so humbled by a lot of people who come to my life in that way, and then obviously winning the award was there is no way that I was thinking that I was going to win those awards. Just winning 3 People Choice Award, winning the most votes. Apparently there is like 12,700 votes being casted, and overall, and when you are getting the number of votes, that means that that's the biggest award for me, rather than Victorian Young Achiever Award, because I see that among the category of 38 finalists or 12 different categories, you have been chosen as the favorite finalist by the public, regardless you win or not. That's something special for me. And then winning the Rural and Regional Health Achiever Award, and overall winning the Victorian Young Achiever Award. And that's, I am so thankful to my God for all the blessings that I've been getting through people's help, through people's contribution, through the energy that I'm getting to serve people. And my vision around going forward with this award for the next 1 year, because I've been named as the ambassador for the 2019-20 Victorian Young Achiever Award. My thinking behind is that I want to reach out to people as much as I can, through not-for-profit organization, through schools, through community, through universities, and spread the message of hope, resilience, hard work, dedication. These things actually not only help me, but will help young people to empower and inspire to reach their goals. So I was humbled to be invited last week by Thomas Carr College to be a guest speaker there next month, to talk to the students about my journey. And is that everyone has their story, everyone has their past. What it's important is that my philosophy behind is that if you made a mistake, own it, take responsibility, put your hands up and say, well, I made a mistake, I will be better next time. And also, just not by the talk, by the action, you show the people that you can also be capable of doing great things for the society and for the people who are around you.